So, ladies and gentlemen, join me as I make welcome the immediate past governor of Edo State, His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, to our platform this evening. Your Excellency,
Albert,
no,
thank you very, very much for Kuyo. Are you here?
Oh, yes, sir. Lomogu, sir. Domo, sir.
Kuyo.
Domo, sir. How is everything, Your Excellency?
We're good. Thank you so
Domo.
much, and thank all of you who
Yes, sir.
have, over the last 1 year, been there for me, calling, wishing me well, wishing us well, and just checking on me, how I'm doing, how myself, the First Lady, and everybody has been coping in the last 1 year. I want to thank you very much. Yes, we miss you, but we're always there for you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. How is our First Lady doing? How is our First Lady doing, sir?
She's doing very, very well. Getting ready for Leeds tomorrow.
Oh, Your Excellency! Thank you very much. I sent a message. You know, I told you that the good people of Scotland and Dublin, they actually protested about una cheaters. So first they not come on our side. So I told you, I said Leeds, Manchester, there is need for our First Lady to be here, and thank God.
Don't worry, she flew in from America yesterday.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We address her as our First Lady because up to this minute, Edo does not have a First Lady. So we still call her our First Lady. Until we get another First Lady, she's still our First Lady. Don't Mosa. The Excellency is a 1 hour broadcast. I know you are very, very busy. The few times I spent with you, your phone rings consistently. They get break. So I don't know how you manage the pressure. You understand? So, Your Excellency, we are going to go straight. We have prepared. I have 3 questions for you, and I took 6 questions from your supporters that have been sending questions directly.
What about those who didn't support me?
And
I also want to hear from them.
Yes, I've told my team to also take questions from the comment section. So we are going to rush this first set. Then the second set, we are going to take the second set from the comment section. Your Excellency, I may not send their wish caucus. And the question that they find where I save and put. Okay, I'm going to get it. Yeah, it's here. Okay. Ooh, okay. Your Excellency, this is my first question to you. 365 days after government, what have you been occupying yourself with since you left government house?
Well, thank you, Albert. Yes, yesterday marks exactly 12 months, 365 days since we finished. And I can't say anything without first thanking Edo people again. Thanking them for the opportunity to serve for the 8 years I served. It is a rare opportunity. It's one I'm grateful to God for, and I'm grateful to the people of Edo State. And I know between me and my God, I gave my best and I gave my all to Edo State. I knew a day would come when I would no longer be governor. So I'd always planned for that day. So once I stopped being governor 12 months ago, I felt it was time to begin to focus and take care of myself, my health, and many things I could not, focus on or handle the 8 years I was in office. So the last 12 months, I've taken time to check my health. And thank God, things have been good. For the first time in almost 20 years, my blood pressure is now regular.
Wow.
I also took time, as I told you, I got a fellowship in Oxford University, the Rhodes Trust, and the Harris Manchester College gave me a fellowship that just gave me an opportunity to sit back and just reflect on my time in office and to just unwind
Mm.
and prepare myself for life after office.
Yes.
Yeah, the first phase of that finished in July, and out of that, I've taken time out to begin to reflect on what to do with myself post office.
Okay.
One of the things that I have come up with is to document my experience in office, to write books,
Mm.
particularly on achievements, policy implications of what we did, so that those coming after me can learn from what we did, what we achieved, mistakes we made, so that they can correct, they can have the experience not to fall into the same, or to be able to overcome some of the issues that challenged us while we were in office. So
Mm.
those, I'm getting the manuscripts for those books ready now. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of research. Uh, has kept me very, very busy. I think for every leader, for everybody who has had the opportunity to serve, it is important that you share your experience with people, particularly those who will come after you, so that they can also learn and not make the kind of mistakes they shouldn't make, but also build on what you have achieved. That is what we don't do much of in Africa, and that's one of the things I am just emphasizing that I'm writing on, education, what we met, what we did, the challenges we faced, and what we achieved. We're looking at, a variety of other policy areas, how we mobilize young people, how jobs, focus on jobs. We're looking at culture, how we use culture as a basis for economic transformation. We're looking at the civil service reforms. Those are the things I want to emphasize before talking about, politics. Eventually I'll write about my memoirs, about, my activities in politics in Nigeria, but that's not immediate. Let me just first, before I forget, gather my documents together, gather my papers together, and begin to write and put together my thoughts on how things can be better for our people.
Mm. Your Excellency, that is a good one, and I'm very sure that our people watching today are going to learn from you. From my experience and the few times I've spent with you, Your Excellency, there is no minute I spend with you that I don't learn. That's why sometimes when we have a private discussion, I say, Your Excellency, this is I'm digesting. Why don't we just make it public so others can also digest the same thing? Because I enjoy speaking from you and I learn from you. Your Excellency, my question number 2. It appears that all the new government in Edo has done in the last 1 year, Your Excellency, you are a politician, a technocrat, you can't talk politician. So I want you to respond to this question. I beg. It appears all that the new government in Edo has done in the last 1 year is to talk about you and your time in office. They talk about you in the morning, afternoon, evening, Obaseki, 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 Obaseki. How does that make you feel that you have served the people? It is as if you are still in Usadebe because newspapers Obaseki, ITV, EBS, everywhere Obaseki, streets Obaseki. How does that make you feel, sir?
Well, before I answer that question, I will say that, sometimes you you just find yourself in a situation you just thought you never imagined will be.
Mm.
I thought that 1 year after office, um, we would be building on what I left behind. You see, the purpose of politics is to get political power. And in the process of politicking, you go into contests with other people and ideas. And if you are lucky or you get get into office, then you now have the power to use, you now have the politics has now given you the power to now set out to do what you had hoped to accomplish. So the purpose of politics is to get power. And the purpose of power is to use it either for good or evil.
Mm.
Political power can be very transformational. You can use political power to bring people from nothing to greatness. You can also use political power to bring great things and rubbish them. And unfortunately, in Edo State, I have not seen us use political power to lift our people from where they are to the next stage. I'm not sure what they're doing, but what I've heard and what I've seen in the last 1 year hasn't been what I had hoped for. I had hoped that anybody in office, in power, as political power, anywhere, including Edo State, will use that power to better the lots of the people. And one way is to, look at what you have met, look at the good things in what you've met, and build on those good things. The ones that you think are not good enough, you repair them. Because the whole goal is to make progress, is to move forward. When I got into office as governor, I looked around Edo State. I saw projects, which Governor Gomodia could not complete. I saw things which Governor Ali had initiated and he could not. I saw projects that Governor Benedion had worked on. I saw projects my immediate successor in office had also worked on. The ones that I felt had potential, I built on. I refurbished, rebuilt schools that Bermudia had, initiated. I looked at the plans Ali left behind. So, and all of this helped us make progress. So I was hoping that the people who take over for me would also build on what we have done. And whether you like it or not, it is just not possible for a government, for everything you've done as a government to be bad. Take education, for instance. When we came into office, we had our priorities. You said 6 key priorities, 6 key pillars, which we focused on for 8 years. And whatever you have to say, just look at independent comments, independent analysis, not within Edo, outside, internationally. Our education reform of our public education system, our basic education system, is highly rated globally. I would have expected that the next administration will build on it, not destroy it. Because in any case, what is the purpose of government? What is the purpose of politics? What is the purpose of governance? Is it not people? Is it not about the people? In a state, a country where the majority of people are young people, should the emphasis not be on them, on how to give them a better life? The issue of the government, how government runs, the public service, civil service, we did our best to see how we can get it started again. Archive records, retrain civil servants, computerize the operations. I mean, something to build on. Why? It helps anybody. It should help the people in government. It shouldn't be. You don't play politics with things that can assist you and assist the society. Look at the issue of the physical space. The physical environment. You know what we met. CDAs, the community. Voice in the community who was,
Admirals.
Look at what we had to bring some order, mapped the state, introduced DIS, so that you can give people proper title to their land and give, a basis for people to now have assets on which to now build on. Security. And that is where sometimes I just do not understand. Because the main purpose of any government is to secure the lives and property of its citizens. So if government cannot protect you, then what is the basis of having that government? We did a lot of work because Edo is peculiar because of the location of Edo. We are like a junction state. People must pass through. It's a very difficult place to secure. We made a lot of investments. We got support from our people, from communities, and we were able to reduce significantly the incidence of insecurity in our state. We built a new architecture, worked with the federal security agencies, built command and control centers, introduced technology to track crime. The security information database, which we left behind, I do not know why they didn't build on it. Because with that database, you'll be able to review, incidents and take proactive action. So, I can go on and on and on. We had left something. Even if you say it wasn't a state of the art, it wasn't ideal, why not build on it? Because if you build on it, it will make your life and work easier. In today's world, two critical initiatives, assets which the whole world is pursuing today is technology. People are building data centers, and you can't build data centers without electricity. Look at the initiative of trying to get people to come and invest in electricity in Edo. Why kill it? You need it. Obaseki is out. I'm here in Europe. I'm here in America. There's electricity where I am. So if you're not happy with one, why not add another? Why destroy what you've met? Even if it is going to help you. We build fiber optic networks around the state. Every local government is connected via fiber optic cables. You need it to govern. Why not use? So I'm confused. It's confusing me.
It's confusing you too.
I'm confused, honestly. I don't understand why. You will not do something to help yourself, help the people. So, so to answer your question, I'm not a happy person. I'm not happy with what I see. I just see that, that where, more than even when I was in office, things are a lot more difficult for our people. I get calls every day. People can't feed. People don't feel safe. There's too many kidnappings. And, I thought we had gone through some of these challenges before and we have put in place, what can be done. And I would hope that people coming after us will read and learn from some of the things we've done to just reduce the pain on our people.
Your Excellency, that's my third question, Your Excellency. Because recently I was having an interaction with you, I think in Torino. I asked you this question. I said, Your Excellency, each time I see, sometimes me say they pity you, Your Excellency. I asked you this question in Torino, Italy. I said, just let's see, how do you feel seeing what you built? Like these guys are deliberate to wipe out anything Obaseki built. You told me, you said, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
go on.
You told me, you said, well, you have tried to reach out to some people that you believe are still close to the system and say, why destroy? Why not build on these things? But you said it's just a phase that if they destroy, we will build. Now, my question to you is as if since you made that comment, they are now on a destruction spree. So usually, what do we need to do now to own and defend and protect those legacy projects?
I get a lot of comments from our people, and I think we must now begin to sensitize our people
Mm,
that except they step up, because a lot of the work that was done was not for me or members of my cabinet as individuals. We did it for the people. When we build roads, when we build a system in place, when we reform the civil service, it is to serve the people. So the people must realize and understand that it's about them.
mm.
And anybody who is in charge must work for them. We as a government try to work for our people. So except the people think and believe that what is going on now is okay, then they can accept it. But if they
Mm,
feel it's not okay, then they should fight back
mm.
because it's their money. Hmm? These people should ask questions and fight back. How can you just look at how much has been allocated, they received in terms of allocation this year? It's more than double what we used to get. So you ask them, how much, what are you using this money for? When you spend money just buying only vehicles, for what purpose? How does that educate our children? How does that make our healthcare system better? The people must ask questions and fight back. Because if they don't, they will be the ones that will suffer the most at the end of the day. It's about the people. So if people don't fight, you won't encourage those who want to come and help in future.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube, we are streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook, and we have almost 3,000 people watching. Please, some of you have been mounting serious pressure on me to bring the former governor to address you. And like I said to one of my friends, I said maybe we appeal to Heshi today, maybe to make this life interaction maybe quarterly or once in 6 months, twice a year, because the people are hungry to continue to hear from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have almost 3,500 people watching. Please, let's take these views to 5,000 people watching, please, because the issues in Edo today, Edo has become something that we never envisaged. In fact, anywhere I go now, sometimes I want to identify as an Ijoma or an Igboma, because anywhere you just mention Edo, they will say, now get that governor will not go school. Now get that governor will not read budget. Now road, we don't if you pass now road go data. We don't if you pass now road go here again. So it's embarrassing. So guys, please hit the share button, share this video. Let's get more people to join. Just let's see. My third question is this: what is this hoopla about Mowaa? Like you brought a lot of legacy projects. Just let's say you did a lot, but why Mowaa? Are we changing Edo now to Mowaa State? What's this thing about Mowaa? And who get Mowaa? I don't want to use English for this one. Who get Mowaa? Now Godwin Obaseki get Mowaa.
But human beings. Now, as you go do something, as you see something, that's so you expect other people go be.
Yes, yes.
Right. So you need to understand start from that standpoint. So when you see someone when they say if you do something for other people, if you do good for society, anything when you do, go say, you're supposed to do it for himself. So when and that kind of person or those kind of people see something like that, they'll say, oh no, no, it's not possible. How somebody go just all this money come, it just use them for the people to build this kind of thing. No, it's not possible. It must get tangled. Why it will get reason why they do and wait till we find out what your own interest be. So that is the starting point. You know, like I said, government, the purpose of government is to serve people, is to deliver what you call public goods, not private. Because the money you are using belong to the people. You did, it is wrong. It's a wrong notion that you come into government to just make money for yourself or for your family, for a few friends. That was the challenge I had in my 8 years to try and explain that to people, whether they are political friends, family, foes, to say, look, the money here is not even enough. We have too many challenges, and this money should be used to begin to address our problems so we can make progress, so that we can grow this economy, so that more people can be lifted out of poverty. Because if you chop the yam seed, there will be no harvest. So when people in government do not understand that, whether it is federal, state, or local government, and the money that comes there is for you to use to improve the lots of your people. Until that culture changes, people will not understand. We will not be able to make the kind of progress we need to make. I've heard several things said about Mowaa, Royal Museum, and it's really unfortunate that people who should know better are the ones driving this. What I see today is a combination of hatred, envy, particularly from my uh, predecessor in office, and almost ignorance and incapacity from my successor. Otherwise, it is total. This whole thing about Mowaa is totally unnecessary. Unnecessary. Something that should give us pride is now something of shame to us. When we came in 2017 as part of our 6-point agenda, and go and look at those documents, right? We talked about institutional reforms. We talked about social and economic development. We talked about protecting our environment. We talked about infrastructure. And then we are the only people I can remember who saw culture as a strategic plan for economic development. So from day one, our government saw that we had a unique advantage that we could sell as Edo people, which is our culture. And from that time, we did everything. We had a plan, a strategic plan on how to now make Edo recognized as the cultural hub of West Africa.
Mm.
That is why in 2017, after I got into office, and which is so, it's very sad what is going on now. Because the palace, the Obaidiawa, had a foresight to set up a team that started negotiating, talking about the return of our artifacts. For more than 25 years before I got into office, these conversations were going on. And when I became governor, I asked, why are we not making the progress we're making? The federal government and the palace were the ones at that time. And I said, no, the state government wants to be involved because Abuja is very far away. And the palace, with all due respect, is not a government. They don't have that also. So let us come in and intervene between the palace, and the federal government in these conversations. And we joined. We joined the Benin Dialogue Group, which was a group of curators, curators in Europe who are holding, Benin artifacts. So between 2017 and 2019, we attended the meetings, tried to understand what the issues were, and we started addressing their concerns. I remember specifically in October 2018, I attended in Lisbon a meeting of the Benin Dialogue Group with members of the National Museum and Monuments and representatives of the Palace of the Benin, led by Professor Gregory Akenzwa. And at that meeting, I told them that, okay, fine, if you are concerned about returning these works, can we address those concerns? Oh, what is concern number one? The works are very fragile. They have, we don't want. We're careful. We don't know how you handle them. We said, no problem. We will work with you to build facilities at home, to preserve and manage this project the same way you're managing these objects. Oh, okay. Who do we return them to when we come? I said, how are you? There's a government. When you took this project, when you stole these artifacts, there was no Nigeria at that time. Now you have Nigeria. So you deal with the Nigerian government. So at no point in time did Edo state government say they wanted artifacts, or I said no. It was just to facilitate the process so that we can get some of these items back and then use them to attract people to our state, to say we have something unique which the world recognizes. So in 2019, and then after that meeting, I said, look, we cannot be discussing these objects in Europe all the time. All of you come to Benin. And by the time you come, we will have got ourselves together. We will please get ready so that you can see how you can cooperate with us. I came back, I reported the meeting to Father Monoba Nedu, and I explained what was going on. And he said, in 2019, the curators all came to Benin. They met in Benin and we showed them the plans and they gave us ideas on what we should do. Unfortunately, 2020, there was COVID. Thank God, COVID, the Black Lives Matter movement that happened during COVID. By 2021, there was this whole mass movement about, things affecting Black people globally. So that encouraged and supported our call for the return of those works. As part of our strategy, we said, look, we have to first create the enabling environment to support art and culture. And you can see what we did. If it's a Waipo Creative Hub, was it not abandoned warehouses of Observer? What did we do with it?
Transformed it.
The Kansas Cultural Center was staying idle for years. It had been given to the palace. I said, no, please, let us pay you back and let us bring it so that we can use it to encourage, drama, acting, which it was originally designed for. And I don't know whether you still have it. There's a plan for, the whole cultural district as part of the Benin master plan.
Yes, I have it. Yes, it's on the screen, sir.
Okay, that is the Benin master plan, part of the Benin master plan, the cultural district for the Benin master plan. And if you look at it, right, it was supposed to be a plan that would redefine the city center, right?
Yes.
Redefine the city center. You had the institute with the Mowaa Institute. You have the Rainforest Gallery, you have the 1897 Memorial, you have the National Museum, you have the Royal Museum. All of these have been planned for.
Yes, you mean the Royal Museum is in this plan?
You look at number 2. If you look at it in the legend, number 2 is the Royal Museum. Because Obama at that time told me that he had acquired the land across from the palace, which he wanted to use for that palace, for that museum. And in the 2022 budget, in our annual budgets, we put money to support culture. And I said, well, we're going to, just as we've contributed, if you come up with your good plan to work with government on culture, we will support. That's why we supported Mowaa, we support the National Museum, we support, any activity that you promote and boost Edo as a cultural hub. You recall, we introduced the whole idea of the Edo Film Festival.
Yes.
You attracted Nollywood to Edo because as a people, we're very, very creative people. So our culture is just not only about our bronze works, it's about us as a people. And that is what we wanted to show to the world. So with Mowaa, we were able to show foreign institutions, the British Museum, the Berlin Museum, that we had a capacity, the governance arrangement, that if they worked with us, we will be able to build something that approximates to what they have in their country. And they will have no reason not to trust us to bring some of those items back to us. And they were quite excited to support us. So I really do not understand why we have all of this, this crisis. It's totally unnecessary.
Look at yes. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
No. What I heard is very, very shameful of people. You had visitors, people who have never been to Edo before, come in. Edo's like trying to take over the whole issue of art from Lagos. People finish from ArtX and you're supposed to come to Edo. And this is all supposed to be preparatory to what with celebrations over Christmas. Bringing in visitors. And then people hoodlums go and attack them. Why? For what purpose? So even if it is even true that something wrong was done, is that the response? How can you attack visitors on your land? In today's age, people still behave like that. Edo people, I know, it's really sad. Really sad. I don't think we understand the damage that has been done to us as a people. It cannot be about Obaseki. It cannot be about Mowaa. People are in charge of that place. There's a government. How can a government allow this kind of thing happen? President Tinubu is facing major diplomatic challenges. How does this help him? I think we need to retrace our steps. We're taking this politics too far.
Yes, Nancy. One of the areas that I want us to touch on this more, yes, let's see, is the narrative out there that the plan for Mowaa was originally Benin Royal Museum. That you changed it from Benin Royal Museum to Edo Museum of West Africa at Mowaa. Later, you removed the E. Now, what we have is Museum of West Africa Act. Can you clear this part? Because this is where our people are really getting sentimental. Like, you said you were going to build museum for Oba, you not build. You said you want to build Edo Museum, you don't build. Now you can't turn out to private museum that you took what is supposed to be Oba to build for Oba to build a private museum.
Well, first and foremost, I think it is wrong. Very, very wrong. And the role of Edo State, the government under my watch, was clear. There are certain things we said we would do, and there's a certain way we did the things we said we would do. Building museum is not a priority for the state government. I cannot take money to build schools to educate children to go and build museum. What I will do is to use that money, create an environment, and those people who know how to build museums, who can raise money to build museums, I will collaborate with them to build the museums in my place. Right? Take
Yes.
Mowaa, for instance. Mowaa has raised over how much? 30 million euros. Does they don't still have that kind of money to put in museum? So why would I say I want to go and build a museum? If I have that kind of money, I won't use it to build museum. I'll use it to build schools. I use it to build technical colleges. But if someone says, look, I can raise this amount of money, but we want you to show that you are going to support, that you will support this initiative. Huh? Give us land. Give us a supportive environment. Put some small counterpart money to show an interest so that tomorrow if it come, it's not only our money that will, as if they knew this kind of thing will happen. We do that. The National Museum, even the federal government this state government, did they not take money to go and support UBTH? Is it a federal institution? Did they own it? Did they change the name?
No.
I mean, so when people talk like that, they just nonsense. It's absolute ignorance. At no point in time did we say that. We carried the palace along. And then we say, look, we will have more say if we have something which represents the federal government, state government, and the palace. They see us as united to, as we're dealing with these Oyibo people. They will see us as one. And they won't have any excuse. And these Oyibo, they try to play divide and rule. Many of them don't want to return these items. So they will be looking for cracks. And I knew this. That's why I said, look, let's all come together. Let's set up a trust. Let the National Museum be there, Edo State government, and the palace. That's what we started with. Said, palace, please give us a nominee, give us a trustee. Government will put a trustee. National Museum put a trustee. You foreign museums, bring your trustees. That's what we had. I suggested the Crown Prince, gave him a letter. He took it to his father. His father gave him his blessings, and he became a trustee of the trust.
Just please, 1 second, sir. 1 second, sir, because listening to our monarch, the Oba of Benin, he actually lambasted the song, that.
I don't want to get. I don't want to get into that. I want to tell you what I know.
No, I'm going somewhere. And this part is very, very. You need to clear this part. He said,
yes.
You brought a letter. That the song was excited. That you brought a letter. And you actually wanted him to sign the letter so you can have the artifact.
No, it is not true. That is not a correct narrative. Whoever said that is not true, and I'm not sure the monarch would have said that. Because what happened is, you see, we had to set up a non-charitable trust. When you are dealing with foreigners, they're going to be putting money. They want to see transparency. They want to see, understand, this is donations, but they just want to make sure that they can see through the money they brought in. And say, fine, we will also show them that we are straightforward and open people. So we will join you and set up this trust. And so, okay, when you set up a trust, you have trustees.
Yes.
Right? So, okay, federal government, please nominate a trustee. State government, nominate a trustee. Palace, nominate a trustee. You foreign donors, nominate trustees. At that point, she wrote, I said, okay, being a young, very intelligent man who, let the Crown Prince represent, will be the trustee from the palace. And, give him a letter, appoint him as trustee, I gave him a letter suggesting him as trustee. And, there was no objection. There was absolutely no objection to become a trustee. That's all. And this was just a trust for setting up this institution. And so at the point, when at a certain point, all this misinformation, I would just call it misinformation, became so high. And, when the young man, we all went to Germany, to the Humboldt Museum. That was where this whole thing had hit, hit its peak. And I don't know what happened internally. And the monarch was not happy. But we've tried to appeal to say, look, this is what it is. And they then said, no, they didn't want to be part of that trust. I said, okay, if you don't want to be part of that trust, what do you want? He wants to have his own royal museum. I said, no problem. We will support. The more the merrier. And I understand that he then acquired land opposite the palace.
Yes, remember.
And we then said, we will contribute. A committee was set up. And it's very intriguing because I've not heard from any member of that committee. Their meetings, what they decided, how they decided, what the cost of the museum was going to be, the plans, the drawings, because before we even gave the approval of land or support to Mowaa, we demanded for all of these documents. Mowaa is not my own. Just like many of the other things we invested in are not ours. But as long as it was going to be bringing good to Edo State and supporting and growing the economy of Edo State, it was incumbent that the government should support them. Government money alone cannot develop the state. In every part, government money is just a lever, just what you use to leverage monies from the citizens. Government does not have more money than the people.
Just let's see. At what point did it change from a Mowaa to Mowaa? And why?
As far as I'm concerned, I am not on the trust of I'm not a trustee of Mowaa, right? My role as government is to support institutions. What they call it, whether it is Mowaa or something else. What is my business about that? Is it my own? That's their own internal decision. If you say, okay, it is Royal Museum today, or no, it is now Obama Museum tomorrow, what is my own? Whatever you call your big, important thing is the objective. You say this is what you want to do, and we agree with it, and we'll support you. When they said to me, oh, they wanted a museum of West African arts, because I understand. I thought it was great because the Benin Empire was, expanded. It was not only Benin City, it sprawled through to as far as Ghana, to modern day Ghana. And for me, if you think about it from a marketing standpoint, globally, it makes sense. Someone in America, someone in Australia, who understand that, oh wow, there's this museum that represents West Africa in a place called Benin City, right? So it makes sense to me that, look, wait a minute, rather than being small and just constraining ourselves to one, to Edo or Benin, make it look expansive so that you can attract more interest, attract more resources to it. Is it not? The important thing is that it is located in Edo State.
In Edo State.
The benefits are going to be enjoyed most by Edo people. So whether you call it Mowaa or Mowaa, what difference does it make?
Just let's see. Can you just take us maybe in few minutes what Edo people stand to gain? Because what these opposition guys are trying to do, I think the only ministry or department the current government is funding in Edo today is communication, social media, to misinform the people. I don't hear much about education, agriculture, health, power. What they just do every day is media and buying of vehicles that they don't need. They are not saying that our land, the land is worth 11 billion. Our money, not be Edo people get down. Not be Edo people get down. Just let's see. What is the benefit of Edo's? Not Benin. the three senatorial districts, what is our benefit in this massive investment?
First, that somebody in the world will take almost 30, in fact, going to about $50 million and bring and come and invest in your land. How many people, how many states, how many communities can attract that kind of investment in Nigeria today? With that investment being there, our plan, if you look at the strategic plan, we expect if you, as Edo, have 500,000 people, just even start 100,000 people every year that just come to say they're coming to come and see this museum, see what is there, participate, and each of them spends 10,000 or 100,000 naira. How much is that?
That's huge.
They will come. Will they not eat?
Yes, sir.
Will they bring their food?
No.
Will they not stay in hotels?
Yes, sir.
Will they not go around and spend money and buy things?
Yes.
Just take this event that these hoodlums went to disrupt. I understand that almost every hotel room in Benin City was booked for that event.
Right.
How much would they have earned for just that weekend alone? All the taxi drivers, Uber drivers, Eagle Street art makers, cafes, restaurants,
boutiques.
See,
but they will be closed.
They will need clothes. See how much that would have come in just one weekend. Then they would have gone, told their friends. See, that is how it would have started building up. So that you don't have another economy that is not dependent on oil allocation from Abuja. At least the money they will come and spend, the tax you will receive, will be local revenue. You know how many countries in this world depend on just tourism revenue? Why can this? How does it happen? This is one of the things that could lead to that. We're looking for jobs. When they come in, you have young men and women going around showing people things. Look at the injection into your economy, and that original capital is not even your money. I think we're more than this. We should have advanced beyond where we are now. This is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable that even any Sanado person can open their mouth to justify what happened last weekend. I'm ashamed. Honestly, thoroughly ashamed. It's not the state I left behind.
Oh, yes, Essie, thank you very much. For me, many people will ask, thank God you are here today. Many people will ask, say, not be small money, the former governor give about to make Abali fight like this. So, Your Excellency, last year I was in Greece. I visited Santorini, I was in Mykonos, and I was in Athens, the Acropolis. Yesterday, while the tour guide was taking us around the Acropolis, showing us places, at some point, I knelt down to pray for the success of Mowaa. I still have the video. I posted the video some days ago. I prayed in that Acropolis, Athens. I said, God, give us Mowaa. Just let's see the flight from UK here to Greece. My wife and myself were the only black people, all white. They were so excited to go to Greece. And we bought stuff. People were calling me, buy me something. We shopped, we spent money, we stayed in a hotel. So when I come out every day to fight, to go extra mile, to fight for this Mowaa, for this tourism, for this thing to work, people don't understand. Because last time I was in Rome, we visited tourist centers. So some of our people, they don't travel. What they just do is they grab people's land, build 4 flats, build 2 flats. That's all. They don't travel. You just can see my next question to you, because we don't know when we are going to get you, sir. We have over 4,000 people watching as live as we're speaking to you now. Over 4,000 people watching. People are trying to call in. Please, you cannot call in today, but you can send your questions. We have 2,600. We have 2,600 people watching on Facebook, and we have over 1,500 people watching on YouTube. In total, over 44,000 people watching you live, Your Excellency. My next question is, okay, why does the palace appear to be, with all due respect, I respect the palace, I respect the crown. I want to know, Elamo Gutsuwe, I'm from the palace. Why does the palace appear to be so bitter with you? I don't know if you want to respond or you want to just ignore this question, but I see that fight. I see that bitterness against Obaseki. What happened?
I'm surprised. I'm not aware that they're bitter. I believe they are. Maybe you want to find out from them why they are.
No, we want to know if there are.
No.
If there are things you did that maybe we are not aware of.
Like I said, I'm not aware of any bitterness because until I left.
But are you aware that you were addressed as one Hitler? I don't know if you saw that video. Your name was mentioned.
Well, it's unfortunate because even if there's bitterness or for me, but I don't think, I don't know why, and I don't even know why it should be expressed that way, because leaders must be able to express themselves and carry themselves in a certain way. So I've not seen it. I'm hearing from you. If it is true, then it's really unfortunate. So there's no basis for the bitterness. There's no basis for any bitterness.
Thank you very much. Next question.